What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. And as you can see, my guest joining me today, we've got Asaf here from the current season of the challenge. How's it going, sir?
What's going on, Baba?
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm enjoying you on this season thus far. How have you been enjoying it?
I don't know if I'm enjoying it as much as I enjoyed to be there, like on the challenge, to be part of the challenge. I love the competition and I love the program. So, sheesh, I'm a fan of this show. So I enjoyed being there. I know it's an edited. It's a TV show, and I'm not Anyway, I was hoping to see myself more.
Well, I mean, there was no shortage of you this past episode with you and Corey's dynamic that went down there. So that was you got featured quite often there. But I mean, that's a natural feeling though for you because I mean, you filmed this obviously months ago, and this is sort of like a thing. And you as a music artist too, you'll probably even be able to attest to this. It's like once a finished product is sort of done, you almost don't need to really revisit it because you've lived it already. Is that like a fair thing? Do you feel like?
Well, I refelt everything because I had to explain my wife what really happened and stuff, and that's why I had real feelings. Rarely you find good people on the challenge. You can say, "Hey, I'm gonna stay in touch with this dude or with this girl," or like rarely. Sometimes you think you're like good friends, and like the filmings or they end, and then you're not gonna stay in touch. With Corey, I knew he's gonna be my friend, and like there are maybe two other people that I said, yeah, we're gonna stay in touch. So when he heard me and he was playing the game, when he was stabbing me in the back, I was hurt, and you could tell. It was even worse. I said even worse. I said bad things about him, but they cut it. They edited it.
What are you able to share? What we didn't get to see?
Whew, a lot, bro, a lot. I'm not able. So I'm so scared about I'm not scared, but I know they told us about a confidentiality and like what we're allowed to say and not allowed to say. But I was talking even worse than what I was saying bad things about him in front of the camera, and I think they just cut it, which I think it's good. Yeah, I was too much into the game.
Well, obviously, you had sort of like a 3-season gap in between coming back. What about this time felt right for you when it came to returning, and were we close to ever seeing you again before this season?
If I was close to be on the challenge, you think?
Yeah, like you did Total Madness, and then obviously there was a few seasons that we didn't see you. Like, were you ever close to returning prior to this?
Of course. I think it was what was the season right after Total Madness? Like
Double Agents. Double Agents. So I was in a hotel for 1 week already. Like I was about because they called me. Quarantine.
They flew me to LA, and we were waiting in a hotel next to right next to the airport in quarantine because it was during COVID. And I stayed there for 1 week. They didn't tell like I knew and I was ready to go to the challenge. Like few hours before we left, they're like, "Hey, Asaf, I'm sorry. Production dropped. Like production decided not to take you." So I stayed back in 2020 for 1 week in a hotel room, and then I didn't leave to the challenge. I didn't. Yeah.
Do you feel like this time felt better for you though? Like, do you think it all worked out in the end? Would you say, or would you have liked to?
I would say I did what I wanted to say. I did what I did everything I wanted to do for sure. If I would do things differently, I don't necessarily think so. Nah, I did everything that I wanted to do, and I cannot say too much, and I cannot say for how long I stayed, but dude, it was so much fun for me.
Yeah, and you seem to be enjoying yourself a little bit more, at least from what we could see on screen. And like, obviously, maybe the environment played a factor the first time around because you guys were all locked in a bunker, and the vibes could probably be as good as you possibly could be when locked in a bunker. But like, just from what I'm seeing from you on screen, you seem to be like more in like a better spirits, I should say. Like,
thank you.
You're taking part, like doing some funny stuff with like the dressing up and stuff on this season compared to the last one. Like, you seem to be enjoying yourself a lot more. And usually it's like the opposite, right? Like, if somebody's got like a kid at home, usually they might come to the challenge and be more like chilled down and lay low. It seems like the opposite for you.
Opposite, bro. I came to enjoy everything because I had so many. So the challenge called me since 2017 or 2016. Always asking for my availability, and I was so ready to go. And I love this show. I love competitions, and I love the challenges so much. And then they didn't take me up until 2019, and even in 2019, Total Madness, it was I stayed there for less than like 4 days because I got eliminated on the first week. I was the first one to get eliminated, and so I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna enjoy myself. Of course, with all due respect, I'm a married man, and I have a kid at home. But I'm like that in life as well, dude. I just love laughing.
Yeah. Well, we saw you on the, obviously in between your absence from Total Madness to now, we did see you in other places though. Many people noticed that you were actually a part of the pit crew on RuPaul's Drag Race as well.
Yeah. LA life, baby.
How did that come about? Was that just an audition, or?
So I did how it came out, how I made it to RuPaul's Drag Race. So we have to go all the way back to 2016, being part of the. So I was filming for Are You the One on MTV, and I guess the same production company back then that was filming Are You the One and in RuPaul's Drag Race. And the producers of RuPaul's they see me there and they contacted me, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I did only one episode back then in 2016 or in 2017 in RuPaul's Drag Race. I left, and I know a lot of people contacted me because of this. Like, and by the way, I had such a great time filming this show back in 2017. And then I came back to LA. I moved back to LA with my wife. And I was like, listen, I'm just going to hit them up and I'll tell them, hey, I'm in LA. If you need another member for the pit crew, if you need a alternate, I'm available. And then I came back to the show.
How was RuPaul? How was RuPaul herself? Like, was
best. So nice, so funny. I think it's one of the best shows that I've ever done. It's really so funny behind the scenes. Like, the energy is so much fun, dude. Like, there's no stress, there's nothing. There's just good vibe, good energy. People laughing like the camera people. They're laughing the whole time. Like, oh my god, it's so much fun. You can ask everybody. Every person ever been on RuPaul's Drag Race will tell you the same.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does seem like a high energy show. From what I can tell, fans are really eating this thing up.
It is, man.
You mentioned about being on TV shows. Obviously, for young Asaf, when envisioning what his life would be like, let's just say like a decade from now, like, did you ever envision, like, was television in the cards for you, or did you have anything else potentially that you were like, oh, this is kind of cool? And then
I'll say they're saying success is not a mistake. I'm not saying I'm that successful as I want to be yet, but I'll say that I definitely wanted to do something that is different. I definitely wanted to see the world. I definitely wanted to be around people, using the gifts that God gave me. If it's the ability to, I don't know, to know how to do reality shows, or to be in front of the camera and to feel comfortable around people, or I knew I'm originally from Israel, and I knew in Israel it will be very hard for me to fit in because I'm not making music in Hebrew, and I love doing reality, which means they're like, okay, if you're not acting, you're trash. So I'm like, the only place that I can make it's in America. So I'm like, yeah, I always thought how funny it would be to make music and sometimes to go on reality shows and compete and meet people and be in front of the camera and being able, and maybe I'll be able to, you know, to impact someone's life in a positive way just by just being myself. Um, yeah, man.
Is reality not popular in Israel?
It's very popular, but I guess you cannot make a living. It's a small country, so I don't think you can make a living out of being a reality, like a reality star. You can make it for a little bit, but they don't appreciate people that they. Even though like I'm being a professional breakdancer or I'm a music producer, I do mixing, mastering, and all that. I'm composing. People will still not respect you by being a reality like a TV personality without acting.
Mm-hmm.
Here you can make a career. Look at Johnny Bananas. Look at CT. They're not the only ones. They making a career, and I'm sure hopefully they have something besides doing TV shows, like, you know, they're like maybe their real dreams. But yeah, you can make it in America.
Yeah.
Cheers for America.
LA is the place to be, man. So you made the right call.
LA is the best. It's the best place, bro.
Well, one of the shows that a lot of people did notice you on, but seemingly for whatever reason doesn't really get acknowledged on you know, your challenge time, is actually Are You the One? And because I find it really funny, because when the challenge initially started pulling from other shows, Are You the One was the very first like show that they veered off into. And then, you know, once you made your debut onto Total Madness, like everybody immediately assumed like, okay, they're gonna say you might recognize, you know, Asaf from Are You the One? And then it was, was it So You Think You Could Dance? I think they said you were from?
I think Ninja Warrior.
Ninja Warrior.
I think
gotcha.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I did Ninja Warrior in Israel, and also I won the VIP season in Israel, and then in America I did the regular season. But I did it after the challenge. I did it back in last year, 2022.
Yeah.
So
was Are You the One your first reality show?
No, it was So You Think You Can Dance. In America, it was So You Think You Can Dance, and then Are You the One?
Yeah.
Are You the One saved? I always said Are You the One saved my life.
Why were you going through it at the time?
So I was kind of on and off between living in my car and living in like friends' place and living in like people that I knew, and I'm like, I was really struggling, and I needed to, in order to stay legal in America, I needed to have a green card. Yeah, I wasn't born, I was not born here, so winning Are You the One with the rest of the cast members, we won the season, and we had a nice cut of like 20 grand maybe, I know, something like that, so I could pay like $10,000 for my green card.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wow. Yeah, no, because Are You the One was kind of like the, you know, season where I think a lot of challenge fans recognized you initially from, because obviously, you know, it was on the MTV network, so they're easily able to kind of like identify, like, you came from, you know, Tori's season, obviously, and, you know, you two obviously had a little short-lived thing on that one as well. And then heading into Total Madness, you know, we kind of saw in the episode, the thing on episode 1 that a lot of people attention was caught with you was actually during the one deliberation when you know, you called out Wes. That was like a big moment. How did you you know, come to the, you know, a conclusion, like who may have warned you about Wes before that?
Nobody warned me about Wes at all back in Total Madness. I basically, you don't see it on camera because it wasn't like a big deal probably, but Wes was, I felt like Wes is trying to I don't know how you say it in English, but I felt like Wes was playing with me, like he was trying to minimize me, or like he was talking down, talking down on me. That's how you call it?
Talking down to
down to me. Yeah, that's in some point, not on deliberation, but yeah, that's what I felt, and then I was calling him out. I was like, already, fuck it, I'm already deep in there. I better be like say my truth, and I don't give a shit about anything else. Like, hey, I'm here for a reason. I'm here to be myself. Don't ask me to be like a team player or something, or like trying to be liked on everybody else. Just like I don't give a shit. To be honest, like I love this life. I love this show. So let me play this game.
Mm-hmm. Bro, be honest with me for 1 second here, though. Like, that environment I mean, I know you weren't there long, but that environment, being in that bunker, must have sucked.
For me, no. I've been there only for 4 days, so it wasn't that bad. And had a little thing with, I guess, with Nani. So yeah, bro, it wasn't that bad for me. And I had Jay. Jay was one of the only friends that I had there. It was a good time for me. I don't care.
Well,
yeah. How come you cannot have a good time being on? You gotta remember in the back of your mind. Yeah, you're in a bunker. You barely see sunlight. You barely have vitamin D. But at the end of the day, you're part of a TV show. You have an opportunity to compete for $1 million. You're gonna go to challenges. You're gonna risk yourself. You're gonna risk your life. Dude, you're gonna have the time of your life for, I don't know, for how long? 2.5 months, the most. You're gonna suffer for 2.5 months, the most. Like, give me that. I'll go back anytime.
Well, yeah, and we see, obviously, you and Jay kind of had a friendship on Total Madness. Many weren't sure if like that was gonna resurface on the season that's airing now, obviously. But you two kind of seem to have like a little pact heading into this, to where was it your guys' plan to not make your friendship as known, like, so that way like people wouldn't suspect that you guys.
So I guess here's the thing. Me and Jay been making music for almost a year now together. He's like an uncle to my child, to my son. He's here twice a week, 3 times a week. He's a family. He's one of my only and best friends in LA. And we be making music, and then I was like, listen, bro, I don't know how the fuck, but the challenge called me, right? They're like, hey, Asaf, are you available? I don't know where. Like, Jay did like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I did only 1 before that. And I guess they were like, because they called me and they were like, hey, Asaf, congratulations on the Madonna song, because Madonna earlier this year she shared my song. So I guess one of the producers of the casting producers of the challenge saw it. They were like calling me, and then me and Jay going together to the challenge this year, and we kept it a secret because nobody knew we were like best friends. And hopefully during the season you'll be able to see our friendship, because I knew I made so many moves that they didn't show up until, bro. Crazy. By being me, I was a double agent and people didn't know it up until the end, I guess. Or like, I don't know when it's going to be the end, but you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody knew and nobody will know, but I just hope they're gonna yeah. And I cannot say when was my end, but yeah.
Did you do any like preparation coming into this, or were all these moves kind of stuff that you were just picking up on the spot as you went?
What do you mean, like
with the being a double agent and stuff, like, were you like, thinking?
So you must understand. So the game starts. I don't have much experience on the challenge, but the game for me, my game starts right when you get into the airport, when there's no cameras, no nothing. And I was talking to I was on the same flight when Reese, Olivia, Michelle, and Jay, and a couple of more people. I didn't know them, right? But I knew they know Jay. They know Jay. So I was like, let me get closer to them. Then we can build like something. I just wanted to make sure they know that I'm working with them. So I ended up like telling them stories like out of nowhere that my wife loves them, give them a little bit, show them love a little bit. Shit that never happened, never really. I was like, and I cannot say too much again, but you'll see during the season. But I made them love me and think that I'm their number 1, or like at least number 2 or 3.
did your wife know you from TV prior to you guys getting together, or did she find out after the fact?
She found out after someone told her that I was on Britney Spears' music video in Israel. We met in Israel, so yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been crazy. Like I can't even imagine. Like so. Wow.
No, she's okay with it. She's totally okay with it, with this world. She's coming from her mom. She's a famous singer in Israel. Her dad used to be a famous music producer in Israel back in the 80s. So yeah, she's okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we saw this past episode. Obviously, you wanted to swing big and call Ciarran down into elimination. What was maybe your thought process with choosing Ciarran? Like, because I think a lot of people might have thought like maybe Horacio potentially would have been a good option because
Horacio is boring. Like up until episode 5, when up until episode 5, you could see Ciarran. He made all the strategies for us on the challenges. He's been there. He knows what he's doing. He's very smart. He made it second on the challenge Australia. For me, was a threat, like a real threat, because he's smart. You know what? I don't want to be arrogant because Horacio he won so many eliminations in one season. He was the underdog. He made his name. Much respect. I wanted someone with this, to be honest. I wanted someone that is fast. Ciarran was in the military for like 5 years.
Yeah.
I wanted someone good, like the best from my perspective. That he's strong, fast, smart, has strategies, everything. I was like, fuck it. If I have to go home right now, I'll take the best from you guys. I'm not gonna be a team player. Fuck that. I was like, let's go. So I would call Ciarran. That's it.
That'd have been a fun one to watch too, between you two and that particular.
That's what I thought is going to happen. So, yeah.
Well, I do want to kind of ask you too. Since obviously, we spoke a little bit before. You are actually a vegan. What kind of maybe prompted you to want to adopt that lifestyle?
Well, I've been trying to be I've been trying to be a vegan for a long time. On the challenge, by the way, you cannot be vegan because they feed you like all sorts of things. Well, I just love eating clean, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had to go against Ciarran, I want to feel good, right? I want to feel good. No, but for real, like I think that we here at home. We're eating at least 95% of our food vegan. Yeah, at least. Yeah, it's good for the muscles.
Yeah, and that's good too. Like for with the environment too, keeping animals alive.
Yeah, we don't love hurting animals. We don't love hurting anybody. So we want to keep it peaceful with everybody. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it started first with health, and then I realized dude, like what did they do to you?
Right. Well, do you have any music that you and either yourself or you and Jay have coming up that you'd like to plug here?
Yeah. So me and Jay, we have a band called Homework. It's only both of us. I produce. He's singing together with me. We sing together. Like the dude is a genius, really. He's a great rapper, great lyricist. Great writer, great composer as well, bro. Like our music, it's crazy. We have one song we started dropping songs on November 2nd. We were like 2 weeks ago, and then we already dropped 2 songs, and it's crazy. The numbers are not bad, and we have so much music coming up. So much. Like we have 16 songs ready.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You thinking about putting that into an album?
We have an album already in the mix already. Besides that, like a real album. We would call our genre as new emo. That's how I would call it. Like it's a combination of emo rock music trap, drill music. Yeah, and you can definitely hear some of my heritages as well there.
Wow, that's awesome, bro. Well,
yeah, man.
For those that are checking that out, go ahead and check out their music because they make some
Homework.
Great
That's her name. Homework.
There you go. Well, yeah, Asaf, you know, it was a pleasure speaking with you today, obviously, and you know, I've been enjoying you on the season, and I'm excited to kind of see what more stuff that you might be having to offer us on screen as the weeks go by. So, thank you again.
Hopefully, they're gonna show me more, brother. Hopefully.
Yeah, you're scheming, so we're gonna see some stuff.
Thank you, brother. God bless you. Thank you so much for your time.
For sure. You too. Take care, bro.
Peace.